Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm SOFIA ALLAMANDA. So today I'm gonna talking about word stress. So when we're thinking about pronunciation, normally what people think about is the sounds of English and differences between the sounds like a, e. But there's a whole nother side of pronunciation which has to do with the rhythm of the language. And the rhythm has to do with how we stress things. So the first step with talking about the rhythm is gonna be to look at syllables. And in English, we have two different kinds of syllables. The first kind of syllable is the stressed syllable. The second is unstressed syllable. A stressed syllable is gonna be longer, louder, and a little bit higher. On the other hand, an unstressed syllable will be shorter, quieter, and lower. Let's look at another difference between stressed and unstressed syllable. Is an unstressed syllable often, not always, but often has a reduced vowel. So the vowel sound that we hear usually is or the schwa sound. And it's a very relaxed, easy sound to make, and it replaces a lot of vowel sounds and unstressed syllable. Look at the word apple and listen to the vowel sounds of the A, apple. And this word, the stressed syllable is the first syllable, apple. Now, let's look at the word apply. For this word, the stress is on the second syllable. So, the vowel sound in the first syllable for the A sounds very different. Apply, apple, apply. For apply, the A sounds like a. For apple, the A sounds like a. So for unstressed syllable, a lot of times the vowel becomes just a. Desert is my favorite thing. It's kind of strange. I think what you want to say is dessert is my favorite thing. Now that I can understand. Dessert is a two-syllable word with the stress on the second syllable. You can do like this. Dessert. So how do you know which syllables to stress? Luckily, there are some patterns. In two-syllable nouns and adjectives, normally the stress will be on the first syllable, like apple or bottle. In two-syllable verbs, normally the stress will be on the second syllable, like create. Some words look the same, but one form might be a noun or an adjective, and the other form is a verb and the stress change accordingly. Perfect. The adjective perfect. When we change that to a verb, the stress change to the second syllable. Perfect. For example, I have to perfect my work, so it will be perfect. Some other words might change their meaning unexpectedly, depending on where you put the stress. If you are someone who writes information for websites or books, you might call yourself a content creator. And you tell everybody that you are a content creator, you mean you're happy. Let's look at another example. Take the word banana. Banana has three syllables. Banana. The stress on the second syllable. So the second syllable will be longer, louder, and a little bit higher. Banana. There's also a difference between the sound of the A in the three syllables for the stressed syllable. The A sounds like na, and for the unstressed syllable, the A sounds like a. Banana. Well, I hope that helps you understand a little bit about the differences between stressed syllables and unstressed syllables and English pronunciation.
My name is SANTO. Now I want to explain about weak form of words. Weak form of words are alternative reduced pronunciation of certain words that are used in certain contexts. For example, in English the word to is often pronounced as a to in unstressed syllables, as in the following sentence, I'm going to the store. Here, the word to is pronounced as to in the second syllable of going because it is in a weak unstressed position. Other examples of weak forms in English include the word have is often pronounced as have, in unstressed position, as in the following sentence I have a car.
Hello everyone, my name is YASMIN AMALIA ALIF. Today I will explain you about the use of strong form. Using a strong form really can help you speak English more fluently. The strong form is only happen when we pronounce the word alone or when we emphasize them. The strong form of function words are also used when they do actually influence our understanding of a sentence. For example, when we use them to show contrast or when we want to emphasize something, clarify something, or clear up misunderstanding, look at the example below. I have heard you have a company in the city. No, I work for a company in the city. And second, what are you looking for? She is our sister. And the last, our sister is so talented. We can use this strong form to refer to someone or something particular, but unknown, especially with a singular countable nouns. Example, some plate had broken on the floor.
Hello everyone, my name is ZIDAN KHALFANI and I'm going to teach you in this session about rhythm unit. So first, English isn't only grammar, verbs, tenses, vocabulary or anything like that. When you write English, maybe you can write it correctly using the grammar, the tenses and the verbs, using the correct form of words and stuff like that. But in speaking English or in pronouncing the right English, there are some things that needs to be taken in consideration. Like all of my friends before me who tell you the material before me, like a weak form of words, changing word shapes, and etc. Those are the things that needs to be taken in consideration when you speak English, and that is how you're going to achieve a good English speaking skill uh, in front of the native speaker. In my part, I'm going to teach you about rhythm units. So first, rhythm units are speaker. In my part, I'm going to teach you about rhythm units. So first, rhythm units are what gives the English its melodic beat. So it's like a beat in a music, in rhythm units. But first, rhythm units are a combination. Rhythm units is a combination between weak form of words and stressed and unstressed words. So if in the past material you learned about stressed and unstressed word, in rhythm units it is stressed and unstressed sentence, and that is what gives the English its beat. It's like a music. So in learning rhythm units, you need to know two parts of words in sentence. The first are the content words and the second are the grammar words. So the first part or the content word are what contains the information in the words. These parts needs to be stressed when you're saying something. And then the second parts are the grammar words. So the grammar words are like the necessary words to make the words you speak grammatically correct. So let me give you an example. First, I sold my phone to buy a new one. I sold my phone to buy a new one. So in that example I gave you, there are two forms of words: the sentence word, the content word, and then the grammar words. So the content word are sold phone, buy new one. Sold phone, buy new one. If I only say that word, you still get the information that I'm trying to say to you. Like when my friend asking, what are you doing with your phone? Sold it, buy a new one. It's just like that. And the sentences are correct. The informations are received well to the listener. But with the grammar words, there is I, to, and I sold my phone to buy a new one. A, that is only necessary there, only there to make the words grammatically correct. So, back again, the content word needs to be stressed. If the content word doesn't stress, it'll sound weird to the native speaker, even though sometimes we, as a foreign speaker of English, may understand it. Let's head to the next example. That's a wonderful looking job. That's a wonderful looking job. In this sentence, there are content words and grammar words, which is that wonderful job. That wonderful job. If I speak it with a rhythm sentence, it will be that's a wonderful looking job. That's a wonderful looking job. Just like that. So, let's cut it. Next are the beat. So in rhythm unit, there are beat. It's like a melodic beat when you speak English. Example as like when I saying 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if let's include one grammar words inside it, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. See, the beat is still the same as the one without the grammar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so on if you add more grammar to it. Let's take a look at this example. I have to go to school. See the beat right there? I have to go to school. I have to go to school. Have, go, school. See? And what's interesting about rhythm units are when we are still a baby or when we are still a little, we speak only the content word without the grammar. So if you only speak the content word without the grammar, you'll speak like a baby starting to learning English like that. But if you use your grammar, you will sound like an adult. As we grow up, we'll learn about grammar and we'll learn about how the right proposition of words, and we will start to speak well. So what is the importance of rhythm units? So first, it will make your English sound more correct to the native speaker or to the listener. And then the next one is it will highlight the content words or the content of the words that you are trying to say. It will highlight the information of what you're saying. Like, I have to go to school. I have to go to school. People who listen it will know, like, oh, he needs to go to school. Like, have, go, school. It's like that. And the only way to learn this is by practicing a lot. So it's by practicing, try speaking, try to listen to native speaker, and you'll be able to master rhythm units. I think that's all from me. See you in the next learning video, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright, hello everyone. My name is Muhammad JUNIANSYAH. I will be teach you about fluency. Fluency, one of the things which you must pay attention to in saying word group is that you say them fluently, smoothly, with no gaps or hesitation in the middle. When you know what words you have to say, you should be capable of saying them without stumbling over the sound and sequence of sounds. In English, as we have seen, one word is not separated from another by pausing or hesitation. The end of one word flows right on the beginning of the next. To improve your fluency, try the method, the lightning word group. Here is an example. Alright. I went home on the Sunday morning train. I went home on the Sunday morning train. Alright. First, you say the short group, I went home, smoothly. I went home, not I went home, no, like this. I went home. If you stumble, say it again. I went home. Until you are sure that you can do it, then add the next three words and say, I went home on the Sunday. I went home on the Sunday. Not like this. I went home on the Sunday. No, not like this. Right? Like, I went home on the Sunday. Also, without stumbling. Now, add a morning. Like this. I went home on the Sunday morning. I went home on the Sunday morning. Not like, I went home on the Sunday morning. Not like this. Alright? And say the whole thing from the beginning. I went home on the Sunday morning. And finally add train. I went home on the Sunday morning train. I went home on the Sunday morning train. Do not be specific until you can say without hesitation and with your best English. For another example, first, what can I do? What can I do? And next example, here you are. Here you are. Alright? The next example again, I like some tea. What? Hey, how to pronounce I like some tea?
I like some tea.
I like some tea. I like some tea.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. That is my friend. Alright. And the final example is I drink a tea in the morning. And how about you? I drink a tea in the morning. And how about you? Alright? And that is all. I think I must do practice a lot. And thank you for watching us and see you next time.
Hello everyone, my name is RENDI KUSUMA. Today I'm going to explain to you change word shape. Change word shapes is an effect for some words that make it either influence, silent, or even change to make it sound better. How it works is the shape of word may be altered by nearby sound. Simple example, run around. With this effect it will sound like run around. You see the D wasn't sound there, it became silent and became influenced by the before word. The around became altered by the word round, which is the end of the word is D. It's become run around. Simple example next is a jump out. You see it was without this effect. If we use this effect, it will sound more like jump out. Jump out. You see the P in the word jump influencing the word out. So it became altered and sounded more like jump out. In change word shape, there were some words that will affect the word became silent. Simple example, he slept on the couch. It will more sounded like he slept on the couch. You see, some word there was become influenced before the other word, and some word become silent like slept. There was a T in there, but you didn't sound it. And on the couch become on the couch because of this effect. Another example, I've watched the movie. With this effect, it will sound like I've watched the movie. The ED wasn't sound there. It became silent because of this effect. Some other effect is replacing the word to make it sound more fluid. Simple example. What's that? It's gonna more sound like what's that? You see, the S from the what's became like a Z. What's that? You see. Another simple example in sentence is gonna be like the phrase speed needs to be slowed, and it will sound like the phrase speed needs to be slowed. You see, the phrase didn't use Z, but with this effect, it's influencing the words next, which is speed, became speed. The phrase speed needs to be slowed. If you do it correctly, it will more sounded like the phrase speed needs to be slowed. Some people in English use this to make his speaking better or more here like a fluid English talker. So this effect will impact your speaking skills in English. So it's just more, the basic is you use this effect to make your sound more fluid, which is how to do it. Just bridging some words to the other words sound, how it sounds like the before phrase speed. Yeah, there's not a Z there, but you influence it with the speed, so it will sound more fluid. Thank you.